Spend the day with me as a stay-at-home mom who has a full-time nanny. I'm not sure what miracle happened, but my son slept in until 5:40. That may sound early to you, but it's an hour later than he's been waking up the past few weeks. So I am absolutely over the moon. My daughter also slept in, and honestly, the difference in her mood when she gets a lot of sleep is so dramatic that I would literally pay to keep this trend going. Today is what I call a get-done kind of day. I don't have anything on my schedule except for an afternoon play date, and since yesterday I spent half the day running around doing errands, today is really just about being productive at home. To be honest, these are not my favorite kind of days because I think they're pretty boring, but I also think they're sometimes necessary just to stay on top of everything. After reading my morning reflection, I jumped right into my Notion planner to see what I had on deck. One of the big jobs for today was getting a little prepared in the event of a TikTok ban. I'm migrating content over to YouTube Shorts because I'd like to keep this gig going. I also really wanted to work on the Notion template I'm creating. My goal is to have that done by the end of this week. When the kids got home from their morning outing, I came down to have lunch with them. If I'm home, I always try to do that with them. Then when my son went for his nap, I set my daughter up for her quiet time. We started implementing this when she abruptly dropped her nap after we took the pacifier away a few months ago. We started with 20 minutes and have worked our way up to an hour, and it's actually going pretty well. After knocking out a few more admin tasks, I realized I desperately needed to get out of the house for a little bit. We host a gingerbread house making competition every year, so I just ran to the grocery to get a few decorations. Before I knew it, it was 3:30, time for our nanny to leave and for me to take the kids over to a friend's house. Somehow I managed to pack all of the wrong snacks, so by the time we got home, my kids were losing it and we're so hungry. We just had a standing dinner. We usually sit down to dinner as a family, but when they get like this, I know the best thing I can do is just get them food as quickly as possible. I think that's one of the mantras my husband and I have adopted as parents, which is don't make it harder than it has to be.